Second round. The dual World Cup champions need a win over Croatia today in Bordeaux to finish on top of Group H, which would set up a probable round of 16 clash with England. As David Bashir explains, to achieve this, coach Daniel Passarella today is set to play Ariel Ortega alongside goal poacher Gabriel Batistuta in attack.
They are certainly no threat to the NBA in the US, but it seems combining the skills of basketball and football is agreeing with the Argentines. Twice Daniel Passarella has used the exercise, twice Argentina has won, the latest a 5-0 hammering of Jamaica. Understandably, the coach swept away concern. The qualification for the second round had taken away from the importance of the match against Croatia. Quite the opposite, Passarella saying it's crucial for Argentina to win the group and avoid the likely Group G winners Romania in the last 16.
Queremos, como dije, terminar primeros en el grupo porque nos permitiría jugar los octavos. Eso nos permitiría jugar los octavos de final en Saint-Étienne, cosa que sería muy agradable para nosotros y para toda la gente de Saint-Étienne.
There is no shortage of attacking firepower for the South Americans. Between them, Batistuta and Ortega netted 5 goals against Jamaica in Paris 5 days ago. Ortega is likely to play up front with Batistuta, with Marcelo Gallardo starting in midfield. Roberto Sensini will be rested to recover from a calf injury. Nelson Vivas, his replacement, at full-back. Passarella believes the match against Croatia will be a very good measure at how far Argentina can progress.
Si los partidos saldrían como uno los piensa y los programa, sería muy fácil el fútbol. Creo que enfrente vamos a tener un rival de mucha envergadura, con jugadores muy talentosos, y creo que va a ser una buena medida para seguir en el más alto nivel en la Copa del Mundo.
Also undefeated, a win for Croatia would see them finish on top of Group H. Internationally, Croatian football is very much in its infancy, but that hasn't discouraged coach Miroslav Blazevic in predicting big things from a team he regards as the Brazil of Europe. The Australian connection, 19-year-old Ante Seric, is hopeful of seeing his first minutes on the pitch against Argentina. He says with the pressure off qualifying, Croatia will be at its creative best.
But I think now, against Argentina, we're a bit more relaxed. I think a bit of the pressure's down. So, we'll be looking for, to get a few moves going and that, we'll see what happens at the end of this.
David Bashir in Bordeaux for France 98.
Well, it's been years since Croatia have held a closed training session, but as Andrew Orsatti reports from Vitel, they locked the gates this week. That's because the dynamic duo of Batistuta and Ortega has got at least the Croatian coach looking over his shoulder.
Vitel is famous worldwide for its water, but the arrival of Croatia's national football team has added another dimension to this small town 350 kilometers east of Paris. Only Jamaica have placed themselves further from any of the World Cup's 10 host cities.
Ljudi koji nemaju pravi uvid koliko je neophodan naš mir, skloni su da nas dođu pozdraviti sa najboljim namjerama, a i to naravno će vrlo često škoditi jednoj neophodnoj koncentraciji. Prema tome izabrali smo jedan sportski centar koji nam odgovara po svemu.
The Croatians can run but can't hide. There are now indications that external pressures are taking their toll on coach Miroslav Blazevic. Prior to leaving for Bordeaux, he stunned members of the media by shutting them out from Croatia's final training session in Vitel. A lockout may not sound strange, it happens quite regularly, but it's the first time Blazevic has done so in 4.5 years as Croatia's coach. The reason, he says, to concentrate purely on tactics for the game against Argentina.
I think he's getting nervous a little bit because we're going to play Argentina this time.
Nervous? Well, how nervous?
Maybe he's afraid of something, I'm not sure, but the players are not.
Not surprisingly, Blazevic remains wary of Argentina's lethal attacking duo of Ariel Ortega and the tournament's joint top scorer, Gabriel Batistuta. Batistuta! 3-0!
Ali ako mogu nešto intimno svoje da kažem, ja se mnogo više plašim Ortege nego Batistuta.
Croatia must defeat the South Americans to claim top spot in Group H. Having qualified regardless, Stimac says they're already focusing on the second round.
Not about Argentina, we are thinking about Romania, England or Colombia, and now it's all about calculation, who to play.
Andrew Orsatti in Vitel for France 98.
Well, let's end the guessing games. The lineups are out. Let's have a look at them. Firstly, Argentina. John, there are, 3 changes from the last game?
There are 4, in fact. Vivas is in for Sensini, who is out injured. Chamot is out on the yellow card. Paz is in there. He's a member of the 96 silver medalists at the Olympics. And Udinese defender Pineda in for Simeone, who's being rested. And of course the big change is up front. Lopez out, and Ortega will now join Batistuta in attack, and Gallardo coming into midfield.
How do you see that? Ortega generally plays in the hole behind the striker.
He does, and probably still will play behind to some extent, but Gallardo is such a talent, such a creative talent out of midfield. Lopez has been a little bit quiet, so you see it as a very positive change for Argentina.
Okay, Croatia.
2 changes there. Stimac is out, Maric will be in there, and the good news for Croatia, Boban, I should say, back in midfield for Jersic. So only the 2 changes for Croatia. And a big game, as we mentioned earlier, needed not only from Boban out of midfield, but Prozinecki, who didn't perform last time. Argentina very strong in midfield, very strong at the back, with most of the boys playing in the Italian First Division, and of course strong up front, all round a top team. So there can be no passengers for Croatia today if they're going to get the result.
All right, John, well, we are heading towards Bordeaux for Argentina versus Croatia, and later tonight we go up to Lens for England versus Colombia.